What we're talking about is a framework for leadership development, or you might call it a leadership development model. It is akin to Maslow's hierarchy in that it talks about what needs and values are being met based on a person's individual growth. But what it adds to it is also the needs and values of the surrounding environment. And a lot of times what you find with leaders is that's where the mismatch is. However, if you have a brand new remit, if you've just taken on a new team, if you're new in your role, right? Wherever you're at the beginning of a next chapter in role or in an organization, this development model will be very helpful, both in understanding what your natural tendencies are, but also learning how to better appeal to the nature of the people you need to influence or work with. And that can be the team you're leading, it can be your boss's peers, it can be your own peers, it could be other stakeholders in your organization, it could be stakeholders in the community, it could be vendors and partners that you're working with. It could be planning how you market to the audience you're trying to reach. I've called them leadership capacities because they demonstrate a leader's ability to respond to the set of complexity within each of those systems. And I'll use the words system, stages, capacities a little bit interchangeably because I'm still landing on what it means to me. It's a leadership development model. It represents the way a leader develops, but it also represents the needs and development in their organization. The reason I target this at large corporate teams or leaders of large-scaled complex teams is that is where the need for all 6 capacities exists. If you are a leader of 300 people in a small family-owned business that's been around for 40 years and the most of what you're doing is creating widgets and staying in an environment where you need to keep creating widgets, you don't have the same levels of complexity to wrestle with, and so all 6 aren't going to be as important. Although ultimately they are very important. But it's not that every person or every organization should develop through all 6. I just think that leaders who are leading in an environment of immense complexity will be better served if they develop through all 6.